During the 90s, Arsenal won 2 league titles, 2 FA Cups, a League Cup and the Cup Winners' Cup, including a domestic cup double in 93 and a League and FA Cup double in 98. They also finished runners-up in the Cup Winners' Cup and the League during this decade. The club's 2 most successful modern-day managers both oversaw the success, with George Graham reigning in the early part of the decade, and in the latter part of the decade it was Arsene Wenger. Wenger completely revolutionised the style of play and turned the Arsenal into one of the most attractive teams in Europe. So let's take a look at some of the top guns from the decade. This is my best Arsenal XI from the 90s. So the formation I've gone for is quite adventurous, a 3-4-3 or a 3-4-2-1, whichever way you want to look at it. I've done the unthinkable and broken up the famous back 4. This is because I believe during the 90s we had the players to be really expansive without compromising the defence too much. The main reason for this is because of the 2 guys that sit in the middle of the park. Starting with Patrick Vieira, a towering player that covers so much ground, box to box, and ready to help out defensively and in the attacking third. Always up for the fight and is vice-captain of this team. His compatriot Emmanuel Petit slots in beside him, the perfect partnership. Petit is also a player that can impact both ends of the pitch, capable of spectacular goals, but he also can slot into a left-back role if required. This will help out my left centre-back Martin Keown and stop any overlaps down that side. Keown gets into the team for his die-hard attitude and commitment, a player that always leaves everything on the pitch, one of the best man markers we've seen in the Premier League era. This in turn will free up left winger Mark Overmars to push high up the pitch and cause opposition defenders all sorts of problems with his blistering speed and ability to get in behind. Similarly, down the right side we have a player that can cause problems for defenders, Anders Limpar. He has the ability to commit plays with his dribbling skills and the opposition will have to double up on him. This will free up my right centre-back Lee Dixon to overlap down the right side, a player who is no stranger to this, also with an eye for a goal or two, but he is disciplined enough to know when to go and when to hold his position. Alongside centre-back and captain Tony Adams, the main man at the back, the organiser, who pull in his teammates when required, and he's not afraid to dig them out also. With these kind of characters in the team, we can have 2 players up the pitch that have a freedom to roam. Firstly, Dennis the Menace Bergkamp, the perfect number 10, the guy with the touch and vision to unlock the tightest of defences and score absolutely outrageous goals, who will have the freedom in the 10 role. Interchanging with Paul Merson, another player that can produce magic at any given moment. With a great scoring record too, he can also interchange with Anders Limpar down the right wing. Defences will really have to stop the attacks down that right side, leaving Overmars with freedom off the left. With all these attacking players and creativity, we just now need somebody to put the ball into the back of the net, and we have the perfect guy, Ian Wright, the best finisher the Premier League has ever seen. Do we need a goalkeeper? He won't have much to do in this team, but I guess we do for those occasional turnarounds, and David Seaman fits the bill perfectly. Always alert with full concentration, a calming presence in between the posts, and he can save a penalty or 2 also. So that's my best Arsenal XI from the 90s. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments down below your top 5. Thanks for watching this video, and please do subscribe, like and share this video. Also follow us on Twitter too. Remember to keep safe during this global pandemic and stay gooned.